Rat and Patootie. Rat Patootie. Which does not sound great. Anyways, that's not what this movie's about. This movie is about art. Ratatouille is one of the most fascinating Pixar movies ever, and it's probably one of their best. I mean, it won't be able to top Incredibles, but this is one definitely almost like this is definitely one of their top projects ever made. It's cinema. That's what Ratatouille is. If there's anything Ratatouille is about, it's wanting to make something for the world. In this movie, Remy wants to cook, and he and his family just isn't on board with it. And eventually, he gets to the place of his dreams, Paris, France. And during this moment, and one of the Colette says something that just makes Remy happy, and it's anyone can cook. Because that's something the movie's going to showcase. Anyone can cook. And in real life, anyone can draw. Anyone can dance. Anyone can do anything. Just like how I want to make movies. And anyone can become a filmmaker. Which is what I'm going to do. It's also worth noting, Ratatouille is probably the most adult... I'm trying to think if this is or is one of. Because right now I just want to say Ratatouille is probably the most adult movie Pixar has ever done. Number 1, Brad Bird. Now, we've all know Brad Bird doesn't think of animation as a genre, which it's not a genre. Animation is a storytelling medium, and like he says, you can make a detective movie, you can make a horror movie, you can make an R-rated movie and a kid's fairy tale. But if you call animation a genre, that means everything from Family Guy to BoJack Horseman to Paw Patrol is in the same thing and is quote unquote very similar, which what? It's not. No. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, sorry. Okay, but alright, let me just start with Michael Giacchino. Now, he's probably the best composer in Pixar, and his score for Ratatouille is just incredible. Some big highlights whenever Remy is in the kitchen trying to escape, and then Remy crawling through these little claustrophobic areas, and then Remy making his first masterpiece. Just incredible music, but I do think it's the second best score Michael Giacchino has done. Number 1 is The Incredibles. I don't think any score Giacchino has done it can ever top The Incredibles. It's just phenomenal. This movie is also funny. I mean, I just laughed out loud at a lot of moments. Alright, some moments I laughed out loud at were Linguini just tasting the soup and then he just threw up. The sound design is just so... Oh man, I couldn't stop laughing. And then Remy's body movement, and then when he just yeah! Yeah! When he just screams, Linguini's just so hilarious. And then what else? The delivery of when one of the chefs says, "I killed a man with this thumb." Oh man. I'm trying to think of some other funny stuff. Oh, when all the Gustos were talking, you have American Gusto, Kentucky Fried Chicken Gusto, Irish Gustos. Just, oh, this movie is just a riot. with its comedy. Oh man, my cheeks are tired from laughing and smiling. Oh my goodness. And this movie's probably one of the most realistic Pixar is, alongside Soul. Now, Shea Frillis Productions did a 1 hour video, an hour long video discussing why this movie is Pixar's magnum opus and how it feels like an indie movie. And he's right, it is an indie movie. Well, it's mostly an indie movie. Because we're just seeing all these characters live life, doing their jobs, cooking for Gusteau's. And then we probably get one of the most fascinating characters within a Pixar movie. Anton Ego. Like, the way he looks, talks, it's cold, deep. Makes us uncomfortable. And, like, look at his room. It's shaped as a coffin. His typewriter looks like a skull. Just, wow. Now, like, Ego's room is one of the few things I notice where, or to me, that's one of the best examples of production design telling us about a character. Great work. And then, like, the food in this movie also just makes me so hungry. Like, whenever I have lunch, like, whenever I have tortellini or bagel bites, I always like to watch videos of Ratatouille. I don't know. And then, like, the finale is just one of the best of any Pixar movie. Probably the best. We get this fantastic monologue from Ego, and he says a line, hang on. The average piece of junk is more meaningful than our criticism designating it so. Oh man, that hit me like a train, like that line and the delivery. I don't know what to say. And also, this one piece of music called Le Festin is simply magnificent. It's played during this montage of Linguini becoming the head of Gusteau's, and at the end, where we see the new restaurant. Simply fantastic. This movie is such a marvel to witness. I would definitely want to rewatch Ratatouille anytime. It's just... oh, man. And I legitimately cannot think of a single issue within this movie. Brad Bird and the Pixar team, well done. You made a cinematic masterpiece.